Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, February 9th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. So it's kind of becoming a broken record here. New all-time highs in the ES, the SPY, the NQ, and the triple Qs. They do it in incredible style today. We go out with a double distribution day. NQ goes out with a triple distribution day. And Righty, which had a triple distribution day yesterday, goes out with another double distribution day today. Righty, we're going to look at the charts, puts the weekly back into balance. I got to see where they close. They might have had an outside week up. We'll see that when we do the charts. But the weekly's back in balance, the daily's up. They go out with two sets of single prints and a trend day. Again, the two negatives for ES. Range is the 10th smallest of the year by a penny, and the volume's only in the mid-50s. So higher prices so far have not brought in any long-term money. This market is still firmly and solely being driven by short-term money, retail traders, algo traders, and some hedge funds. But the long-term sticky money is nowhere to be seen just yet. On the flip side, we don't see it on the sell side either. If anybody was going to start taking profits, again, we're in uncharted territory. So the big boys are sitting pat right now as far as not getting longer, but certainly not getting out of any positions. Another good week overall for the market. A close above 500. Just absolutely amazing for what the market has done. Had a good day today. Every trade was from the long side except early on. I actually, at 8:30 this morning, when ES shot up to its high of 43, which, by the way, took forever to finally get later in the day, I shorted a one lot at 42.50, and it came in. I took it for 4 points, came in a lot more than that. And then in NQ, when we were below the opening, I shorted the opening and a 144 simple moving average a couple of times. Once it got above the opening, short game was over. And all I did was long the rest of the day. So again, I've got long in A period in NQ after above the opening to pop A's high, to make a higher high. I was long NQ in B with the single prints. I was long in ES in C period when we were one time framing up. NQ long in D, E, and then I was long in ES. I did not take that much advantage of this push up. It was very, very, very slow. Slow going. It really was. But I did take one trade in I. And NQ, even though they had a quadruple distribution at one point. It ends up as a triple. I thought the bet along at that point initially was ES because they still had a nice target to get, which was the overnight high. NQ was really just going up and reaching for something. Remember, these algos have to search for something. We are in uncharted territory. We've never traded at these prices before. So it's hard for them to get a grip on what they're looking for. But a good day and a good week overall. As far as our destinations, SPY, upside, one and one only, 501.65, all-time high. Downside, one set of single prints. They start at 500.29 and get filled at 21 cents, and today's low of 498.49. ES, the high is 48.50, the all-time high. Single print started 34.50 to 34, two little ticks, and today's low is 16.25. Now, we did not gap open today. SPY did by a couple of pennies and filled it. We did not. NQ did gap higher today, but they filled it right away. Now, let's get to the thing we really want to talk about, and that's the charts. See what's going on here. So we're going to start with our little one, the Russell. Remember, I said in January, I wanted January to take out December's high to say this market's officially up. Yes, we did finally get above this, whatever it was. Yeah, seems like 100-year balance. They didn't do that in January. It's an inside month. Now February, 9 days in, is another inside month. So we're looking for them to either take out February's high or low and see what the inside month produces. Again, if we take out the high, I'm not calling it up until we take out December's high. Then I would be firmly up finally in the IWM and righty. If we take out the low, still just balance, and then we'll see if we're going to go down and test December's low. So again, this market's been in balance since May of 2022. Okay? So May of 23, it's almost 2 years. We're in February. Now, the monthly is balanced. The weekly is balanced. Now, let me see something. They did take out last week's high in IWM, but closed right below it. But it's a firm 3-week balance. Every time we talk about the Russell, it seems like they're always in balance. So the monthly's in balance for 20 months or 21 months, whatever it is. The weekly's in balance for 3 weeks, and the daily is up. Broke up above all the 20, the 50, and the 100. We'll see if they're going to get better legs as we keep going, but finally the daily is up. As far as triple Qs, and by the way, before I go any further, my podcast with Aaron Corbs came out. It's on my Twitter, which is at Paul Asmar and the number 5. It's on Aaron Corbs' YouTube page. I also put it in my room for the people in my room. Put it on LinkedIn. So feel free to watch it, and please hit that like button. Thank you. And come check us out here. Okay, the value we add and offer is for the price is, I think, fantastic. $30 a month. Yeah, it's $1 a day to get 6.5 hours on the microphone with me and 2 other guys generally that I have on the mic. Plus, we're live streaming the market profile all day. That in itself is an incredible savings for you. Okay. Triple Qs and NQs. One time framing up, 4 months. Healthy. The weekly, up. Came out of a 2-week balance, up with good distance. And the daily, also up. So all 3 time frames are up. So for people who continue to pick tops, and somebody made a comment on my video yesterday about a short I took in NQ early in the day, and he said I should heed my own advice. Well, I gave the reason why I did it, and what I failed to mention afterwards is once I made money on that trade, by the way, I did do nothing but long. Okay, and also the other fact is maybe himself, and I know everybody else on social media, never lose money. I do have losing trades. Everybody has losing trades, at least honest people. So if this person would love to come and join my room, I could show them what it's all about. So we're up in the triple Qs, all time frames. Now let's go to ES and SPY. And in fact, I'm going to go back to the profile to explain that what transpired yesterday. Look at the monthly on ES and SPY. One time for 4 months. But what's even more impressive is look at the distance we're getting away from each prior month high. That shows you the trend could still be young, right? The further you get away, the younger the trend is. Look at our weekly. Now, ES had an outside week up. Last week took out the previous week's low. We never did in SPY. So SPY is one time framing up 5 weeks, not long after it one time framed up 9 weeks. And look at the distance we're getting. So again, I'll say for people trying to pick tops, it's not going to work. You got to wait for it to come into balance and then out of balance to the downside. Who cares if you get the top? You don't care if you miss a $5 move at the top if you gain a $30 or $40 move to the downside. So the monthly is up, the weekly is up, and the daily is up. SPY is one time framing up now, 7 days. Again, the one thing that's not great is the volume. We're at 63 million, certainly better than yesterday, but nothing great. Now I want to go back to that real quick, and hopefully this person is watching, because I think it's important. I want to show my reasons. I put this in bigger increments. So I'm going to go back to 1 tick increments in NQ to show you what transpired and why. And keep in mind, like I tell everybody in my trading room, my room is not about following my trades. My room is about educating you. Doesn't mean you have to follow my trades. I don't want anybody following my trades. So yesterday, the market opened up in balance. We one time framed up in B, but stayed inside the day's range. And then C came down and took out B's low to stop the one time framing and put us in balance. Now we did have the overnight high. However, when C reversed like that, I did not expect it to go trend. So I shorted one above B at 71. And I'm going to walk him through this whole trade to show you what. I'm not saying I was right, but I'm going to show you the market doesn't go trend until the time frame ends. Keep that in mind. Now it did, but keep that in mind. I was out of the trade by that. In fact, I longed it after that, right after. So I shorted 71 of one lot. I then added 2 at 83. Okay? Now when it really pushed up, I thought at that point it was getting stretched, and now you can't see it here, but value was still unchanged at that point. It had not gone overlapping the higher. So when we got up to 91, 92, that's when I added 6 more. Well, the ones I added at 90 or 91 came into 83 on a 6 lot. So I made, even if I think it was 90. That's 21 points I was up on that. It went back up in C. I added 6 again at 92 this time. I took them off around 84. That's another 24 points. So even though I was down a 1 lot and a 2 lot, I was up 45 points on that trade, and we still weren't trend yet. Then it came in again, and I took off the 2 at 83 at 81. So that's another 4 points. That's 49 points I was up, and I took the 1 that I was short at 71 off at 81 also. So I made 39 points on that trade. Now that doesn't always happen. There'll be times I get caught on that trade and it doesn't come back and I lose money. But the reason for the trade was twofold. Value was still unchanged and we weren't trend yet. Now, after I covered that short, as soon as D period opened and we held trend, I just started longing it. So again, there's a big difference between trying to pick tops. Maybe this fellow has been trying to pick tops. I hope not. And another big difference between picking tops and taking a trade based on MGI at that time that I thought. Once that MGI changed after C period and D opened, I was out of the short and went long, okay, in D, and I forget the rest of the trades. But we've, change when the game plan changes. I change when the game plan does. So anyway, I hope that kind of helps, not just him, but the people that are also listen to these videos and stuff. Again, I am not recommending at all anybody take the heat that I took. Not at all I'm recommending that. You have to know yourself. I know myself. A 1 lot at 71 and a 2 lot at 83, I'm more than comfortable taking that bigger position up there. Now, if it kept running, that's a different story. I'd probably take it off. And yes, I start with a pretty sizable loss. But again, all traders lose money. Again, I'm not sure about this person and everybody on social media, but most of us do lose money. Anyway, thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Go check out my podcast with Aaron Corbs. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.